Yodelehihu.
What up? What up? We are here. Welcome to Purpose Over Pain podcast. Um, it's just me and Mish today.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? I'm tired.
Mish, why you tired, Mish?
I don't know, because I slept good. So I'm not sure. I've been having bad dreams.
What's your dreams been about?
I told you I had a dream I got stabbed.
Oh yeah, that's not good.
No, it was really bad. Um, but yeah, I just gotta get some rest. Just gotta get some rest.
I feel you, girl. We're gonna get you some rest after this. We're gonna get you
Amen.
some rest after this. So thanks for tuning in. Of course. Thanks, Misha, for coming through.
Of course.
As always, we got a couple folks out sick. Let me
Mhm.
see. Leisha sick. Get well, boo thing.
Get well, Alicia.
Tanisha
Out of town,
out
thugging
of
with her
town,
rounds.
thugging with her rounds.
Y'all know the rest.
Mm. And then Tiff, she late. She might be sneaking in,
Yep,
but
shortly.
she had a prior engagement and they might just be joining us in the chat. So we're gonna pay attention to the chat too. But today, we are going to talk. I don't know why I'm holding this like this.
I don't know either. It's giving me vibe of some things.
Okay,
Are you okay?
I am
Okay.
not, but
Okay.
we'll talk about it.
I will say we're gonna talk about it afterwards. You
Yeah,
know how we do.
we got to
Any-
debrief.
yeah.
But anyway,
Anyways.
we today's topic we are going to talk about, which is a pretty interesting topic. It is something that a lot of us have. Everybody talks about mental health, so that's what we're going to talk about today. Tuesday, October 10th, was Mental Health Day. World Mental Health Day. I didn't know it until I saw it on Facebook. I was like, oh,
I
just like
didn't
all
even
these
see it
other
on
days.
Tuesday. I didn't see it on Tuesday either. Nobody didn't tell me nothing. We could have made some cupcakes or something.
Some cupcakes for Mental Health Day.
Yeah, cupcakes, especially chocolate cupcakes. They like an aphrodisiac. They help with the mind, put you
Okay.
in a better mood. I
Okay.
be looking at that stuff.
Okay. That's good to know.
And
That's
like
good to know.
lavender scent help with
Mm-hmm.
stress. I look into that because, like, look, I'm a mental health day. Don't come over here unless you ready to strap to help me tie my straight jacket on.
What you say? Because there's be some issues over here.
You know it be some issues over here.
I'm just saying. I don't want to say it.
Nah,
I
it
would,
be some issues over here.
you know.
It be some issues.
But it's okay. I think
Yes.
as you have issues, and as long as you're able to not only identify the issues, but also as long as you're able to work on them continuously, because everybody has issues.
Right.
Things happen.
Yeah.
And life happens. So that brings me to mental health. So we talk a lot about mental health. It seems like it's definitely like a trending topic on social media. Everyone's saying mental health this and mental health that. But sometimes I think, as with all trending topics, I think that people really don't understand um, the full capacity of when somebody says their mental health.
Right. And I think it's easy for it to become trendy.
Mm-hmm.
Like for people to think, I know for a little bit, even on TikTok, it was like a trend of like a grippy sock vacation. And like people
Mm.
actually like filming their intake into psychiatric homes and telling about their
Mhm.
experience. And it was kind of like glamorizing it.
Yeah.
And it was real weird to me. So I think it's definitely a fine line between like talking about it and educating people. But I do also feel that the glamorization of being mentally ill also it puts us back so far
Mhm.
because I feel
Mhm.
like now people have just started to be okay with coming out and being like, I don't feel okay, or I am having, these idealizations or things like that. And for people to glamorize it or people to just say it when it's not like haven't been properly diagnosed or they TikTok diagnosed themselves
Mhm.
and stuff
Mhm.
like that. I just feel like it takes the whole conversation and it puts us so far back.
Right. Right. And I think that's true. Definitely true, because you know how especially in our community, it's not something that is looked upon as, everybody thinks that going to a therapist, or everybody doesn't subscribe to the whole, mental health and take care of your mental health. We still have people that are still like, oh, I'm good. Or, even when it comes down to men, that we'll talk about in a minute. But men and their mental health, and, a lot of times what men are going through.
Yeah.
But what are some things that you think like can contribute?
I think honestly anything can contribute to your mental health, because I feel like it kind of just depends on what that person values and what ties into that person's self-esteem, and that is going to be, I feel like, honestly rooted in like their childhood. But it could be anything as to how somebody's looking at them, how somebody's talking to them, a tone of somebody's voice. I mean, the way somebody, for me, I know like some of my triggers can be like, I'm just looking up. Some of my triggers, you said, do you see something? No, some of my triggers will be like certain people. Like for me, it's like if my day get off, it's kind of hard for me to reel it back in and get it on track. My day will just spiral. So, and that could be, it could be various of things. It's like, girl, I just woke up in the mood. I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So it can be a various of things. And I think that's what make it so hard for people with mental health to talk about, because I cannot explain it all the time. Like I can't explain why I'm feeling the way I feel all the time. And then it puts a burden on you, because it's like, it's frustrating not being able to explain how I feel when I'm feeling so bad, and I can't explain it to people I care about and they want to help. You know what I'm saying?
I know, because
I'm glad you said that.
I'm glad, because really, honestly, like having like if you've never dealt with like any type of depression or anxiety or anything like that, then you probably watching, you probably like, or listening, you probably like, bitch. But no,
it's
like
it's
very real, and it's very like, and then like for myself, me dealing with it, and then me having, you.
Yes.
And, it's like, we got to thug this shit out together. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes, and we're completely different.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So when I get in my moods, I do want you or somebody, or just somebody in general, just to be like, hey, you okay?
Right.
What's up? Da, da, da. But then you like, no, bitch,
leave
them
me
goddamn notifications
off.
Is silence. I'm
Listen,
like, oh hell,
here she go.
Then I gotta text somebody else. Like, go check on Mish. Make sure she all right. But I think it's once you're able to like identify like what your triggers are and things like that, then I think that it's a good thing when you are able to manage it.
Yes. And I think a big thing too also is working on management, like not just because I feel like so much emphasis is placed on knowing what triggers you and staying away from people and things that triggers you, and not as much emphasis placed on what to do when you are triggered, or how to overcome those emotional or mental hurdles you may be experiencing in that time. So I think that's very important too, not only recognizing when you're being triggered, but recognizing what type, like you said, for you, when I'm in my, or when you in your mood, you want somebody to be like, hey, what's wrong? But for me, it's like my misery don't like company. Like I don't want.
Yeah, because I be wanting to say, and it's not everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like the people that I know that really give a fuck. Like everybody else, like y'all can kiss my ass.
Yeah.
But like if I'm saying that if I'm talking to somebody else and they may, you okay? Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah.
But if you text me and you be like, you okay?
No,
bitch. Let me hold on. let me get comfortable. I'm about to like 20. I'm about to go.
No,
because I know it's at some point it's like, no, I feel like you'd be so hard to be strong for everybody.
Yes.
And then it's like really like I've had it where I've told people how I feel, and then you really don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Or
like
get thrown back in your face.
Exactly. Or get thrown back in your face. Like, folks, like I'm trying to be, I'm trying to let you know what's going on with me, and I need you to care. Like I need you to actually give a fuck.
Okay.
Not just,
bit.
Just
not just acknowledge it.
Yeah. Yeah. Like talk me through it. But then also maybe the people that we want to reach out to us, maybe they don't have the mental capacity themselves to even talk you through it.
Yes. And that's another thing. Like it is very, like dealing with somebody who has mental health issues, whether, no matter how minor or severe, like that is a task in itself. Like that is extremely hard. Like, it's just hard watching somebody be in like a pain that you can't see
Right.
visually,
Right.
but they are reacting to it, visually, and it's hard to feel helpless for people you care about. So I definitely think that's another thing too. Like, it just sucks.
It do. And then I think about like, so we talked about the triggers.
Yeah,
So I think there's also like everybody talks about like what your triggers are, what your triggers are.
I don't know.
And I really like, for me, like I think I know what my triggers are.
What?
Let me tell you now. No, just playing. No, I think that my triggers are like feeling like left alone, feeling ignored.
Oh, like abandoned.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that from my triggers too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then it's like
Did you forget about me? And now I'm pissed off
here.
because you forgot about me.
Yeah. So it's
Or sad.
Yeah. And I think that that's a lot of people,
Yeah.
depending on like the different type of things that they've been going through and stuff like that. And then also like you talk about like seasonal depression.
Yeah. See, I can't speak too much to that because I be depressed all the time. So it's
Yeah.
don't matter the season and don't need a reason. But for my seasonal depression.
Get your ass together.
But no, I do know people that experience seasonal depression, and it is a very real thing. Like I have people super close to me where it's like happiest people in the summertime, and it's like come the winter and the fall, it's completely different. And I can't really speak too much about it because I don't
You don't know.
experience it, but I'm sure it's horrible, just like all the.
But I think it's not even just like because it's the winter time. Like you have seasonal depression because of course, and I've read up on this because a lot of, and I don't know if you've went to the doctor, but I know a lot of people go to the doctor and the doctor be like, oh, you're low in vitamin D.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I just need to get some sun. Like I'm gonna be low in vitamin D because
I was gonna say I just needed to get something else with some Sunny D.
That too.
Okay.
That too.
Maybe.
But we're in a cold state.
Yeah.
So that's gonna happen. So then the sun, not being in the cold so much, all of that. But then also like the seasonal depression with it being, Thanksgiving, Christmas,
holiday
times are coming up. And so people are just really, really, you know what I'm saying, like in a thing right now.
And it could be a lot as far as like people who've lost people, and with the fall being at Christmas time. And then not even only that, just pressures of, like you said, Christmas time is coming up. People who have kids or families to care after. And that society put a lot of pressure, unnecessary pressure on us.
So I wonder, like, because I remember when I used to work at the bank and I used to work in the fraud department, and it used to be people calling in every single year on Christmas, and they used to talk about, oh, this this transaction is fraud, this, like, literally like losing, like, this man cussed me clean out because I wouldn't file a fraud claim for him because, sir, you're going to Toys R Us, sir.
Right. You see,
you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, this is not fraud.
Right.
But like you said, like the pressures of just the holidays in general, even Thanksgiving, not even just Christmas, but the whole pressure of, making this huge, gigantic meal for your family.
Yeah, having everybody over, being all dressed up. And, everybody looking together. It can be a lot for some people, and it can make some people feel away for sure.
Do you think that social media plays a big part in people's mental health?
Yes. I think social media plays a huge part in because it gives us the opportunity to compare ourselves. And if I didn't have social media, like, I can compare myself to Kim Kardashian or Keisha Kaur or Jada Waiter, I wouldn't know that Moneybag Yo is buying Ari 100,000 roses and that's what I should be expecting, or that's what I deserve. You know what I'm saying? I know, but I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't know.
Right.
I feel like a lot of the standards that have been placed not only on like mental health, but women, men, relationships, households, all of that is coming from social media. It plays a part in
and folks is literally losing their mind.
On social
media, trying to make people like them, or you know what I'm saying, like
feel a certain way,
a certain type of way. And it's just like, that's not, that's not a way that you handle, things like social media is social media.
Social media is a joke.
It is. And like I was we were talking, me and friend, we was talking, and he was like, it's like social media is like a clique. It's like high school for
Yeah.
grown people,
It really is.
Nice. And it's like, when you sit and you think about it, like, yeah, it really is, because you have people that are considered like the popular folks,
Right.
and then you have the people that are not too popular.
Yeah, it's like you got the A-listers, you got the B-listers, you got the people that's like, who the fuck are you? Why are you here? You got the people that's just on there doing wild, crazy shit.
Right. And I think it definitely affects everybody on social media. I mean, like their mental health.
Yes, of course.
It definitely,
especially with the likes and the views and all of
Mhm.
that stuff. It plays into people's self-esteem and their self-worth, and that ties directly into a person's mental health. Like that ain't the only thing, but that is a big majority of what they feel like other people perceive of them. And I feel like if we didn't have social media, or before social media, it wasn't as much emphasis on like, what do other people think of me? And it really didn't sway people's mental as much, because we just didn't have as much access to what do you got, or what you don't have, or what I don't have that you do have. So
yeah, and I think it makes people just like people are so mean.
They are. The world is
because
cruel.
you trying so hard to impress everybody, and then literally at the end of the day, like, you're breaking down
For real.
And like it's like a bunch of these TikTok stars, and who like the couples who like end up like killing one person, kills somebody else, and it's just so much
craziness.
Craziness, and it's just like, I want to perform for y'all. Like, I don't live for y'all.
They do.
Let me ask you a question. Oh yeah, you do got some questions.
Okay. Tell me about your best moments this year.
Damn, I had a rough year. I really gotta think about that shit. Bitch.
Yikes. That's scary. It's taking you a while.
My best moments this year. I mean, just on some general shit, like being being with my kids. Like the other day, like honestly, I had my kids, everybody was in the house at the same time. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't too late when everybody got home. So it was just like, and we were in the joking and laughing and stuff like that. Other than that, being out with y'all.
Of course, those are top tier moments.
I mean, and I can say that, like even like this year, like has really been like a rough year. And so even I think that it's very essential that when people are going through things, that people still take time to have fun, like with us.
Yes.
Like, I don't know if, this is a good thing that we should be doing, but
it surely is fun.
It surely is fun. We have a rough week, and guess what?
We out for drinks.
We out. we gotta go out. We gotta release. We gotta unwind.
For sure.
So I think that like that's very important. So like, spending that time with, my kids and with y'all, and then friend.
Very therapeutic.
Yeah, it's been very therapeutic. Some things are just, sometimes I think your happiest moments don't have to be like a big hoopla.
Yeah, that's what I think too. It can be the small things.
Yeah. I feel that. And I'm definitely like the small things matter type of,
For sure.
shit. I like good shit though. Right. But
it's the small things that matter.
Absolutely.
I feel that. How have you found ways to cope and manage with your mental health? I'll go first. Yoga and meditation. For sure. For me, yoga and meditation and painting, it definitely like when my mind is all over the place. And my cuckoo pills. Take your medication. If you've been subscribed to medication from your doctor, please take it. But anyways, yeah, between all three of those, I really feel balanced, honestly. I feel like the pain and yoga was helping me at first, but then shit got rough.
It got rough,
Listen, I could no longer do it.
man. And I felt I don't know. I think for me, I listen to music.
Yes.
That's
Music
like
definitely.
a huge thing.
But I feel like for us, that's a double-edged sword because I notice that whatever mood I'm in, I listen to music to match that mood. It's like if I'm sad, fuck it, let's put on Rod Wave.
I ain't listen to no fucking rap.
I
Not
will.
on purpose, goddamn it.
But I mean, whatever you do it too
yeah,
though. Because the
I
other
do.
day he was listening to that music, and I'm like, girl,
What was I listening to?
Janae,
Oh yeah,
she ain't
bitch.
spewing nothing good.
That's what it.
Pretty ass witch.
Not the pretty.
I don't even know what the fuck she be talking about. Half the time she talking so many like what she just like a fairy, just like oh my god.
Yeah.
She give me like ultimate Pisces. Like bitch, you are so dreamy. I can't even connect to what the fuck you got going on.
I love her.
She got a nice vibe. Like I like to have that dreamy ass vibe.
Yeah, but I bet you I won't go to her concert though.
Why?
I will never go to her concert.
Why
Just
not?
like the bitch, I'm not gonna be in there crying and shit.
Oh,
Like, no, like I'll listen to your shit at home. I mean, and it really don't make me cry, but like if I want to go to a concert, like I want to go to some shit that's about to have me like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, unless I'm with Boo Thang, then you know what I'm saying, then it could be some lovey-dovey type
Right.
shit. But other than that, like I don't want to be in there swaying side to side.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Triggered. Go
Right.
figure.
Right. You know.
Okay, what else? Listening to music.
Let me see. What else? What else do I do? I listen to music. I cook. I did notice that like when I cook, depending on my mood, depending on what my mood is, it does
Sway if you cook.
sway if I cook or
That's me,
not.
too.
If I do cook and I'm in a mood,
It's not gonna
It
be a
ain't-
good
it ain't-
meal.
yeah, it ain't
it's gonna be
gonna hit.
whatever the fuck I can throw together.
yeah, on my
Yeah, I'm the same.
it
Because if
definitely
I get an attitude first thing, it's like I'm not cooking tonight.
Yep.
Don't even ask me.
yeah, not cooking. I tell the kids not cooking.
Facts.
You know, and
But I want to get out of that because I feel like it's been such a rough patch that it's like I feel like I stepped completely almost out of the kitchen
mhm.
where it's like I'm not even like cooking no more, you know? Like I
Mhm.
feel like we always just grabbing something to eat.
Yeah, you be cooking. Or you talking about I be grabbing
No,
something?
I'm saying we don't be cooking recently. Have I been cooking a lot recently?
No, you haven't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like we
Yeah.
just been grabbing a lot of stuff to eat.
Yeah.
And we haven't really been like we be getting down, but we haven't really been cooking.
And then shit, food prices is up. I don't get no
And
damn
it's hard to
food
figure
stamps.
out what I'm gonna cook for.
Yeah. And then I have, I got kids and the kids I be like, what y'all want to eat?
They don't know.
I don't know. Okay, we'll just go. We'll figure it out then. How about
I
that?
feel
I'm
you,
going to
man.
my room, close my door.
Next. Do.
Come on, what's new?
How did you deal with mental health problems when you were young? Or did you?
Honestly, I don't think I did. I think that I really didn't think about it. Like that wasn't that wasn't a thought process in my head, my mental
Mhm.
health. It really wasn't like something like, oh, I need to take care of my mental health or
Or when did you start, like, when was the first time that you knew, like, okay, maybe something is off with my mental health, or I'm not quite feeling, I'm no longer feeling 100% normal mentally or emotionally?
I think while I was with Ben.
That was the first time.
Yep.
Mine was after I had Jayla.
Yep. Because I remember I had lost so much weight and I was just so like, yeah, around that time. But and even then, like there were like pills that were prescribed.
Mhm.
I didn't like how it made me feel, so I didn't keep taking them.
Right.
And so like I just tried to find ways to just make, because I wouldn't eat, shit like that.
Yeah.
So with me not eating, I will have to eat. Even now, like I try to make sure that like I eat something.
Yeah.
Like I have reminders and shit set up on my
Yeah.
phone, like, eat.
Mm.
because I'll sit there all day and just won't eat nothing.
Yeah, you
And
know, I know. 'Cause
yeah,
I be
and
doing the
even
same
in the
stuff.
moments, like it may not even be like like I may not be feeling depressed. Like now it's at this point, sometimes it's just a habit.
Yeah,
It's just a habit of me just waiting until
the last
this
minute.
time to
Yeah,
eat.
just because it's something that you've been doing or
Mhm.
something that you used to doing.
Yeah,
So now it's a pattern you got to break.
yeah.
Which sucks.
Because if I ate like I really wanted to,
We be on my 600-pound life, and I'll be bringing the griddle to the bed with the pancakes. Hey, girl, how many today?
then it'd be depressed.
Man.
But I think that us as just human beings in general, there's just so much that's going on
Mm-hmm.
in this world today.
Absolutely.
It's so much that directly affects us, and there's so much that indirectly affects us.
Mhm.
You know, so you have just like your personal shit that's going on. You have, your friends that got shit going on, your
Mhm.
family, and then like you have like stuff that's going on in the world, like this whole like
the Israel
the
thing.
Israeli stuff
Yeah.
that's going on. Like I
And not
never
even
really
just
looked
that,
at
the
it.
not even just that though. You miss like people childhood traumas or
Mhm.
stuff that stuff, and then
Yeah.
past relationship stuff,
Mhm.
non-healed things,
Mhm.
all of that, and then what's
Mhm.
going on with yourself, with your finances, with your into your romantic relationships, your platonic relationships, what those people are carrying, because some people are empaths and they can wear other people's stuff,
Mhm.
unbeknownst to them. So all of that plays a part in it.
And that's bad because I think that I'm very
I am
empathic,
too.
and so
It suck.
yeah,
It really
so I feel
suck.
everything.
It's like we empathic and we Pisces, so it's like double edged for it.
Yeah.
Cause it just suck. I feel it like it's my damn problem. And I'm like, I'm not. I'll be telling people like, you need to stop wearing other people's emotions. You think I want to do this? Like,
They'll say, "You think I really want to?"
I want to feel sad for
This is
somebody
not.
else when I'm not even
Yeah,
sad. I don't choose this.
absolutely.
This life chose me.
Right. I mean, no, for real.
But
Because sometimes it's hard. It's hard.
yes,
And then I think that um I think that we a lot of times we want people to understand us and what we're going through.
right.
We want people to like feel us.
Hmm.
But we not even understanding that people have things that they're going through as well.
Yes, and that it's not always about you.
Mhm.
I think that's the hardest thing for people to understand
Mhm.
is that sometimes, yes, a person may be doing something that you don't like, and it is completely about you. Like they
Mhm.
don't like you, or you did do something to them, or whatever. But sometimes a person could be distancing themselves because they are also going through their own mental health stuff, and they may not even
Mhm.
know it. It may
Yeah.
not be a person that's not even emotionally or mentally mature enough to be like, this is what I'm going through, or a person that have somebody that they can even talk to and confide in.
Right.
So I think that's why it's always important to like check on your friends, your strong friends, your not strong friends.
For
Just check
real.
on your people. Like if you care about them, check in with them, do a mental health check, FaceTime, text messages. Like that stuff is very important, and it could be the difference between like you talking to somebody another day for sure.
Right.
Like,
Oh, absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. Because when you think about it, um, and I don't know personally, I don't think anyone who has um actually committed suicide. Um, but I think it's really important. That's one of the things is that we have to talk to people, and we have to try to understand people.
Mhm.
I think that everybody's living in this world of it's just me,
Mhm.
and my feelings are the only ones that matter. Well,
Mhm.
that's not really true.
Right. That is
You know,
not.
I think it's impossible to live in this world and you just don't care
Yeah.
about somebody else's feelings.
Or what they going through, or you
Yeah.
can't even be empathetic. And it's
Mhm.
like always even about understanding. Sometimes people just need you to listen.
Mhm.
And I think that's important too, like understanding what a person may need from you. Because sometimes you will want to talk to somebody, but it's like, be clear if that person wants a listening ear or if
Right.
they want solution based
Right.
answers. Because
Mhm.
sometimes I just need to get it out. I know what I need to do.
Mhm.
Like me, I know what I need to do logically all the time. I know what I need to do. but I just need to get this shit out because right now I feel overwhelmed and I feel like I am a victim and I'm helpless.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like it can be irritating. Like if I'm in the mood and I'm venting, and then somebody is like, "Oh, girl, you need to do this, this, this." Like I know I'm very intelligent. Like I ain't that dumb. And if I
Mhm.
don't know, I feel like I'm pretty sure I'd be like, Bianca, I don't know what the fuck to do. Like
Yeah.
that'd be the first thing I leave with. Like, girl, I don't know what to do. I need some help. So I think it's very important for both sides, like the person that's experiencing the mental
Mhm.
health issues, to like be very self-aware and be very vocal, which is hard because you have to trust the person that
Right.
they're not
Right.
going to take that information
Right.
and use it against you maliciously.
Mhm.
But once you do find that person, you do have to be open about like your triggers,
Right.
what you want when triggered, and what type of I don't want to say treatment, but what type of help you want through your triggers
Yeah.
to overcome them.
Yeah.
And I think, if you find somebody that can listen and understand that, then y'all be golden.
Yeah.
But
And you know
that's
what? And so
hard.
like when I talk going back to triggers.
Yeah.
So like at what point do your triggers or are your triggers no longer your triggers?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know if a trigger will ever go away. It may if you get like to a super, super healed status. But I think it kind of depends on the type of trigger. Because if it's like for me, I have deep rooted abandoned issues that are not from just romantic relationships. Like it's deep rooted in my childhood. So I don't feel like that's something that I will ever heal. But I feel like I don't want to live with where it's something that I'm always tiptoeing around. So I feel like it's gonna be always something that I carry with me, but like in a book bag instead of like it being a walker, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Period.
Okay. I like how you put that. I like how you put that.
But yeah, so I think it just kind of depends on the person and what their actual trigger is. Like if it's a trigger of abandonment issue from romantic relationships, like I'm only 30, I could probably heal that shit and get over it.
Right.
But it's like, no, it's from childhood and that. Like this just ain't going nowhere. We're gonna have to put it on the backpack and keep it going, Dora. Come on, Vamonos.
I said backpack. And yeah, because I mean, even with like putting it in the backpack, I mean, like it's still there.
Yes.
So like, how do you make sure that? Well, I guess because you said that you don't believe that anybody can ever be fully healed of their triggers.
Right. So I think that it'll always be something, but I think like as far as like if I ever get a new partner, it will have to be something like these things for sure are gonna trigger me. Now it's not that I'm saying do not ever do these things,
But
but
just
I'm
know.
saying that if these things should ever happen, this is what this is gonna be my first reaction.
Right.
If I do this, this is what I need your response to be so that I can get back regulated. So that's just gonna have to be like a mature conversation that we will have to have so that when I do get triggered, it's like he know what to do, and then you doing what I need you to do so that I can get regulated.
Right.
But it's like, the person dealing with mental health have to be in a space where they can be accountable for their triggers. They know what the triggers are. They know what they need during those triggers to re-regulate them. And then they have to be with someone mature enough to be like, okay, I get you and I can work with you on that, which is hard as fuck.
Right. And see that response, like that's a good response because a lot of people
they can't say that.
They don't want to be accountable for their triggers.
Right. And it's like, you can be the victim and still be held accountable for your actions. Like, yes, I am a victim, but does that make it right? Because I have abandonment issues for me to go out and start connections and then abandon those people? No. Or do that make it right? Because when I feel abandoned, I lash out or I push all the people that care about me away. Like, no, that don't make it right. Like, I gotta be accountable for that. Like, yes, you a victim and you hurting, but they don't give you the right to, like, somebody stabbed you, you can't take it out your back and stab me.
Right. Yeah. And I saw a post today. Let me see if I can
because I feel like a lot of people with mental health hide behind that too. Like, oh well, I'm like ill. Like, yeah, you ill, but you're not mentally retarded. Right. Or you mentally ill.
Right. Like you have
you are still
issue.
Intelligent. Right.
Yeah.
You just gotta, like, your emotions up there ain't regulated right. You missing a happy drug. That's how my people tell me.
Let me see. Who post was it on? While I find that, you got another question.
What can friends and loved ones do to support someone who is struggling with their mental health? I go first. I always say, ask that person what they need. The first thing you should do is ask them. Don't assume that you know how a person want to be treated when they are dealing with mental health issues.
Mhm.
People don't want to have hard conversations, but hard conversations are absolutely necessary in regards to mental health because it is just so delicate and it can go from one extreme to the other so fast.
Mhm.
So I feel like the best thing you can do to support your family and friends, if you know anybody that's dealing with mental health, is be completely upfront, open, listen, non-judgmental.
Mhm.
If you can do that, listen, they're gonna be okay.
Yeah, and because it's a lot of folks out there that's very judgmental when it comes down to
Yes,
even discussing mental health
right,
and even saying like, I need to go see a therapist.
right.
Like, you probably are the top 10 people that need to go see a therapist because you're a terrible human being and you need
Facts,
to figure out why you're a terrible human being.
facts.
But also, I think the other side of that is that a lot of people don't want somebody
To call
telling
them
them
out on their
about
shit.
themselves.
Yeah, you don't
Right.
want a person that is
Mhm.
actually educated and degreed in the mind and
Mhm.
in like
Mhm.
people characteristics and analyticals
Yeah.
and all of that could call you out. Like that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Because I watched the one show with Lisa, the Love Couple show. It's about
I know
a
you.
man. She be getting them together. I swear, if I could go to therapy and see her, I would go because she be getting them together. Like
And not
you're
what's
wrong.
the old girl, Ayala?
Oh yeah, I ain't
I
going to her.
don't.
She
Yeah, I
scared
don't too
me.
much.
She do too
I
much.
don't care for her too
Lisa
much.
ain't like that.
You yell at me.
She don't yell. She tell him in a nice way. She be like, "That's not what I heard him say." She's like, "Bitch, you're reaching."
Oh, they said that's not
She
what
be
he
like, "That's
said.
not what he said at all."
And see, I think, and we'll talk about that in a second. Mental health and relationships.
Hmm.
Okay, so what Latoya said. Shout out to Latoya. She said, my belief, my opinion, is that people who refute the idea of psychiatric help for ongoing issues, be it from trauma or upbringing, just don't want help. As long as they haven't sought help, they can continue to blame that issue on why they act the way they do and treat people the way they treat them. Well, I'm not going and telling my business to a stranger. Meanwhile, they tell their story or stories over and over again to whomever is willing to give a good listening ear. And oh, I'm so sorry that happened to you. Folks are getting too grown for pity parties.
I 100,000% agree, and it just tie back to the people don't want to be accountable. It's a big lack of self accountability, self awareness,
Mm-hmm.
and like just mental and emotional maturity. A lot of people are not even mature enough mentally
Mm-hmm.
or emotionally to have a
Right.
conversation about like being depressed or what triggers are, or if you trigger somebody or any of
Mm-hmm.
that, or even being vulnerable enough.
Yeah, because when you think about it, when somebody actually takes the step to say, I'm going to go see a therapist, or even I'm going to talk to somebody that doesn't necessarily gain something from me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but more so somebody that says that I'm going to talk to a therapist, um, they're willing to look at themselves and be like, okay, this is, some
Something is,
bullshit. And
yeah.
they can really look deep inside of themselves to see what the issue is,
Right. Or be like,
and
at
they're
least,
really committed to fixing.
yeah. Or be like, at least I need somebody to give me some clarity to help figure some shit out.
Yeah. And I know, like, also when we talk about like men in
Hmm.
their mental health, I think it's a lot of men that would actually, and I don't even know like what the statistics are between men and women.
It's probably not even
Um,
accurately reported just because
you think
people
you think men like so much are like kind of like,
closed off to it. I think,
mm-hmm,
like, probably in the African American community, I don't
mm-hmm,
think the numbers would be valid just because I don't think they even have access to the masses or that the masses will even show up to,
yeah,
like think
or
about
even
how
if
many
they
men,
poll
yeah, how many men will really
therapists.
even ask, or go to a poll of therapists, just like a general free poll, how many actual black men do you know that will be like, yeah, I'll go?
Right.
I don't know any.
Yeah.
I know maybe one. Yeah, I know one.
I probably know one or two.
So
Yeah.
it's no way that the African American black numbers for
Yeah.
men depression are valid, but we know that they're out here depressed. We can tell by their actions.
Oh
They're
yeah.
on the news every night.
Yeah. And I think
They are struggling with something.
yeah, and I think it's like really I don't know, and I don't want to turn it into like a man versus woman thing because it's really not.
Mhm.
But I think like when you talk about like men and like their mental health, like men have like a huge
Yeah.
like they literally have like the world on their shoulders. Like when you think about it, like when you think about like what you want from a man.
I think both parties can have a lot on their shoulders.
But just listen. So when you think about what the job of what a man
The
is supposed to
societal
be,
pressures.
right? So a man is supposed to be
Provider.
a provider.
Protector.
A man is supposed to be a protector.
A builder.
A man is supposed to be all of that. Goddamn, all of that. And then not only does, and I'm only talking about black men. I you already know I don't give a fuck.
I mess with the
I don't give a fuck about them.
swirl,
I mean, I give a fuck
the
about because
swirl,
they're
with the
people,
swirl,
but you know, I don't want
with the
nobody coming on here
swirl,
like, oh, you know,
swirl.
I don't.
Oh man, come on now.
But yeah, you know, I ain't going. But ain't nothing they can do for me.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
But no, I don't specifically like our black men.
Mhm.
Like, so they have the normal societal pressures
Right.
of being an actual man,
Yeah.
right? Protector, provider, all of that good stuff. Don't cheat, you
They
know,
be
which
cheating.
I mean, that should just be
All
a
them cheat,
motherfucking,
but that's
you know,
another
normal.
episode.
Right. That's a whole nother episode. But then not only that, but they also have the pressures of being a black man. So when you go out in this world, you know, you're automatically thought of to be this, that, and the third.
Mhm.
And I think that that's like even more of a pressure.
Yeah, I can see that.
Even more of a pressure. And I think that we really like on some real shit, like being like on some
What?
real shit. I think that we really we don't acknowledge it as women. I think
I
that we
do,
don't.
but
I
I
mean,
ain't got
I
no
know
man.
I know we
Oh.
right. I know we do.
Oh yeah, but as
But
a collective, no.
as
Yeah.
a collective, as
No.
women, I
Yeah.
don't think that we take that into consideration. There's I know that there's some, but I know that there's not that many.
Yeah.
You
They
know?
care about a man
Mhm,
emotionally. And I
mhm,
think that can be the reason why so many men are either emotionally stunted or
mhm,
emotionally closed off,
mhm.
which is like, because if you emotionally closed off, it's like almost 9 times out of 10, you struggling with mental health.
Right.
Because how can't you even communicate how you feel on the
Right.
inside? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
so that says a lot right there. That tell you right there, like how many men have you talked to that are emotionally unavailable or emotionally stunted, which means now you are probably dealing with some type of mental illness that
And
you
now
don't.
I gotta pull shit up out of you to try to figure out
What's wrong with you or how you
right.
feel.
Right.
If you like a bitch, like damn.
But I think, you know, and I think that that's really, really that's hard
Yes.
because you have so many women, and now I'm talking about, you know, mental health and relationships,
Mhm.
where you have so many women that they basically want, you know, everything. They want the man that's gonna protect them. They want the man that's gonna provide for them. They
Right.
want, you know, their man to be 100% showing up for them in every aspect.
Mhm.
But then yet they're not able to show up for their man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, you know, he want me to fix him dinner. I'm not fixing him dinner.
Mm. Me either.
But you gonna make sure that nigga eat though. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna have to worry about nothing to eat. You may not cook it, but
True that.
you gonna cook that shit.
I know.
Don't be playing hard.
Have you seen him?
But no, I think, you know, and then we expect them to be 100% with us, and we can't give. And I know this is another topic, and
What?
we're gonna do our relationship topic next week. But I really think that, or not next week, but the week after next. But I really think that that's half of the reason as to why relationships are so bad, because there is not a good understanding of, or I'll say some men have come in contact with situations and relationships with women,
Mhm.
and they've given and given and given and not getting that in return.
Yes, I agree.
You
I've
know.
heard that a lot, like just
Mhm.
in like getting to know different people where like men feel exhausted, like
Mhm.
not even in a like financial aspect, but just trying to please women mentally and emotionally. And it's
Mhm.
like they just don't get appreciated or don't get the same back or get drugged through the mud, like
Yeah.
either for not being present or
Or
emotionally
trying to be
or yeah,
present,
or
but
trying
and then
to,
it's
and
too
then it's like
much.
it's too much, or they don't understand how to receive it,
Mhm.
or you know how
Yeah.
it is. Toxic love be the best. That's what everybody wants. So
Shit. I'll keep that toxic shit.
okay.
I ain't on that.
Mm-mm.
What you got another
Let
question?
me see. Let me see what I got. Anything that you wish people understood better about mental health, and any
Oh,
advice that you would give someone struggling with mental health issues but does not know where to turn for help.
that's a good one. Um, I think that um I think that the one thing that I wish that people will understand about mental health is that, and I'm gonna say this and I keep saying it, I'm gonna always say it. That someone saying that they're depressed, someone saying that they have anxiety, that does
Mhm.
not mean that they have a lack of faith. A lot of people like to say that, if you're depressed, that means that you don't trust God. If you,
What the
or if you have,
how?
and
I don't even know how that correlate. My mama ain't never told me that, and she be, she neck deep in the church.
mhm. I've heard it more than once,
Wow.
growing up,
I would
and
like to hear the ideology behind that.
yeah,
Like, what's the
because
make that make sense?
it's the thought process is that um God basically supplies all of your needs.
Oh, so you
And
shouldn't
so
be
the, and
depressed
so there's no
because
reason to
he gonna grant your
worry.
need
Right. But
until I'm
then
fucking homeless.
right. And but that's the other side to it, which I think I want to do a show about that. And I think I gotta really think about that.
Uh-huh.
Because that's the other side to it, is that um growing up in church, they say you trust God, you do all of you trust God, he'll supply all your needs.
Right.
But then on the other end, they don't say, you know, what you should be doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like okay, like I'm trusting God and I'm praying,
But that
but then
ain't. I
isn't
can't
there
just do that
anything
else.
else?
Yeah.
Right. And they forget, the other part, it says faith without works. So y'all done taught me to have faith,
But not
but
to have work.
y'all haven't taught me how to work. Oh, that was a word.
It sure was.
That was a word. I'm gonna have to take a snippet. Boop, boop. But no, for real.
Yeah.
Like I have all of the faith in the world,
Mhm.
and I literally had to, and I think that it should correlate together. Teach me faith, but also teach me work.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have to go out into the
And
world
figure that out.
and figure that shit out and be alone,
Yeah.
and suffer depression and anxiety
Because you just
because
got
the
faith
people,
and you
you
don't
just
know what to
teaching
do
me
with it.
faith,
Yeah.
and now I don't know what the fuck to do with it. Now I'm
Mhm.
sitting up looking crazy because I done made these decisions based off of my faith alone.
Right.
Ooh,
Amen. Take us
that
to
was a
church.
word. Go ahead.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
What question did I ask? You
I don't
took us
know,
to
girl. That
church,
was a whole
child.
word,
You sure
child.
did. Listen, honey.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to
But
find the
no,
questions.
I will forever and a day say that. I will forever and a day say that. I will forever and a day believe that. Because that is, I grew up, um, you know, faith, 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 faith. Yes, I grew up seeing my mom work every single day, go to school, get her master's degree, like all of that good stuff.
Mhm.
Like because I have that type of, you know what I'm saying, like upbringing. Like, yes, I saw that also.
Mhm.
But I know that if I'm just sitting in church and I just hear faith, 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 that's all I'm gonna have is faith.
Right.
I'm not gonna know nothing else.
And that ain't gonna get you no fucking where.
Nope.
Ouch. I'm trying to find the questions. I lost them.
Let me see. So I looked up what are 5 ways to maintain a positive mental health.
I would
What do you think?
say have healthy relationships, whether it's like romantic or
Mhm.
personal, like friends. Get outside. Like I like being in the house, but sometimes like when I've been in the house too long,
Mhm.
fresh air definitely helps. Some
Mhm.
movement, a walk, some stretching,
Mhm.
meditation, quiet your mind. And try to eat something. I know it'd be hard, trust me, I know. But smoothies be your best friend because I drink a
Or if
smoothie
you know,
fast.
some people they get depressed and they eat too much. So if you
Oh
eat too
yeah.
much when you're depressed,
Drink
don't eat.
smoothies.
Yeah.
Either way, drink a smoothie.
Yeah.
No matter what. It'll
I need
help.
some smoothies, bitch.
Oh man. You should have told me I just got some. I drank one the other night myself.
And yeah, so and that was funny because what the 5 tips that I that pulled up was connect. So connecting with others can help us feel close to people and value.
Friend.
Get active.
Look at me.
And yes, and number 1, I think that's very important because I think that you should have some type of at least one healthy relationship. I'm gonna say at least 2. I think at least 2 because I need to be able to. There are times when you may be going through something and I may be going through something and I don't necessarily want to put that on you.
Yeah, it's like you don't
You know
want to
what I'm
vent to
saying?
me.
Yeah, because
Mhm.
it's like, damn, well, she just got so much going on. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
it's like you don't
saying?
want to add more
Right. And then
on.
it's like, I want to hear from you and
Right.
I want to make sure that you're okay. But
Right.
I know everybody ain't like that because people be
Some
selfish as
people would
fuck.
be still putting the
Uh-huh.
problems on the bitch,
Yeah.
knowing I'm about to break down.
Right. And I be wanting to. And then step 3 is take notice. So I don't know if they talking about.
Or
I guess
yourself?
you take notice of like your trigger or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Learn
Mhm.
from it and then give.
Oh, nice.
Well, I don't know what we giving.
What we giving?
Probably some cool
Maybe
shit.
thanks. November coming up. Give thanks.
No, for real. For real. So I think okay, so we always doing some challenges. We got to follow up with these challenges because we
We
always
do.
doing some damn challenges
We
and we
do.
do
We
not
do.
we don't
I'm gonna
follow
write
up.
them down next time. For real. What's this challenge?
Let's do November is coming up.
Ooh.
Let's do what's today? We got 15.
14th.
Okay, so let's do 30 days of thanks. And we can actually start tomorrow.
Okay, because it's the 15th.
Yeah, we can start tomorrow and then
It'll
we'll
go to November
end
15th.
November 15th. And then that'll just get us ready. And then maybe we can end with our Friendsgiving.
I was just gonna say
maybe
we could
we'll
do-
have a Friendsgiving podcast episode.
Ooh,
What you
fun. I
think?
think that'd be dope.
Ooh, Tone. I think that would be fun. And then we just come and shoot the shit.
Mm-hmm.
Have
I
a
like
couple
that.
little games and stuff.
I like that. I like that.
Have some food.
I like that too. I do.
We can't have.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
We can have that before.
Yeah. Okay. So what are we going to do? And I think that this is what should everyone do to, or what could everyone do to um just kind of have a better week? Because I know that, you start off your week, if you start off
Man.
your week good, at least I try.
Yeah, we definitely try every week.
Every dang on week to
For
have
me,
a
I
good week.
say like to have a good week, prep is good. Like for me, for
Mhm.
sure, prep is good. Like on Sunday,
Mhm.
it's imperative that like everything is cleaned, that my clothes are out, and also not only like physical things, but like for me as well that I center like my mental, which means for me either at least getting like an hour in or something of
Mhm.
painting
Mhm.
or being able to do yoga on Sunday
Mhm.
night. Because with my yoga I meditate, so that
Mhm.
also allowed me to clear my mind. And I feel like if I do those two things on a Sunday night, then
Then you think you set up for
even
the
if I
week.
don't have a
Mhm.
good week, I feel like I'm pretty grounded on Monday, where like if something come, I'm grounded enough to where I can navigate it better
Mhm.
than if like the house is a mess. I don't have no
Yeah.
clothes for work. I
Yeah.
ain't did yoga in 3 days, so I'm
Mhm.
tight and holding emotions all up in my hips. You know, no, that's where we hold pent up emotions in your hips. For real.
Really?
No, seriously,
That's
you
probably why my shit tight than a
no, for
bitch.
real. You hold pent up emotions in your hips. I'll send you some poses that will make you cry, not cry of pain, like release emotions. Like you gonna feel emotional. For real, girl. I'm telling you,
I said I need to I was gonna try the whole yoga thing again.
you should. It's really relaxing. Like for real. It take like once you find your niche in it, like
Mhm.
find somebody that you really like it is so I really could not imagine not doing yoga for real. Like,
Oh, we could do a yoga episode too.
yeah,
Had
for
the girlies
real.
in here working out.
Oh no, not work out. I'm
I mean,
work
not
out.
working out, but
Stretching out though.
yeah,
We
stretching
can
out, doing some
I
little
stretch
yoga
y'all out for
stuff.
sure. Send y'all
Mhm.
home tender and so.
Yeah.
Y'all be crawling up out of here.
Oh, no, I don't need that.
So no, I don't need that.
But I do need to get, limber. And I think, like that, even if it's not like yoga or something, hey Tiff, even if it's not like, yoga or something like that, I think just being like trying to get yourself grounded.
Mhm.
And let me say this, because a lot of people think that, like when you're talking about yoga and being grounded and stuff like that, people like they take that like so far, to the left
Yeah.
sometimes. And I think that, it's all a matter of you doing something that relaxes you,
Mhm.
and I'm not talking like something out of the way that that keeps you sober,
Yes. Right.
like that has you at your
At a
sober
sober
mind, in a
mind.
sober
Yes.
state.
Right.
And I think that that's, one of the first things that people need to do when they're trying to make sure that their mental health is okay.
Mhm.
Is they need to find a way to relax and be calm,
Sober.
sober.
A sober hobby.
Yeah,
Like something that you can do while you're sober.
absolutely.
Because I can't do yoga intoxicated. I
Yeah.
would hurt myself.
You probably would. You probably and
I mean,
then
I hurt
and
myself.
then really,
Now,
like,
don't be
is your
intoxicated.
mind really, really clear though?
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? Your mind definitely couldn't be clear.
Under the influence.
Yeah, under the influence of
Of that
doing anything.
Robitussin. I don't know.
You irritate. But I also think that thinking positively.
That's a hard one for me.
Um,
Because once I get on the roller coaster of
yeah, I know.
downward thinking,
Yeah, I
I'm like,
know.
we're all
And
gonna
you know what?
die.
I tried so hard. And it really wasn't like up until like recently where I was just like, I remember we was talking about like maybe like a month or so ago, and I was just like, fuck, I need to just change my way of thinking
Yes,
because
you did.
I'm thinking like bad. Like every time I
Yes.
turn around, like it's something.
Right.
Like god damn.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm just like, okay, and that's hard in itself because you want to think positively, but then you have the reality
Right. You don't want to
of
be
everything.
delusional.
Right. And so, I guess that's the faith of it.
The Delulu is the Salulu.
Just become delusional,
That is the
but no, I think, thinking positively and then
Yes.
always just trying to make sure that you see or find the lesson in whatever it is, like
I don't,
I don't
be always a lesson. Some
I
shit
think
just be fucked
no,
up.
I think that there is a lesson in everything.
Might
I
be.
think that
well, I do think
regardless
everything
of-
happened for a reason.
Yeah, I think everything happens for a reason. I think that even in like the worst things that can happen, you can always find something to learn from. Like I think like there's always like a learning moment. There's always a
Okay.
teaching moment.
I feel you
Bitch,
with
if I
that.
go walk down the street, I'm gonna see something. I'm like, oh, okay. You know?
Okay.
I be trying to be smart, bitch, Tiff said she's heard of that release stretching. They say trauma is stored in the body.
I told you.
I say everything you go through, you should love it or learn from it. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. I think what was it? A video that I saw today, and it said, if you're not going to I think it said exactly that. If you're not going to learn from it or love it, then leave it.
Ooh, I like that. Learn from it or love it or leave
And
it
I
where
be
it's
trying to
at.
shake up my algorithm
Me too.
because my shit be coming like, and
I like
sometimes I
that,
just
but
be
I need
like,
some more
God
fools on my
damn.
timeline. I want some more bullshit to share.
Man, that's what I'm saying. Like,
There's too
I
many lover girls on there talking about they in love. Like,
that's
come
what
on, man. Where the
that's what
city
you
girls
gotta stop.
at?
You gotta stop liking all that lover girl
I
shit.
do.
And then once you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. But my shit, it just kept coming up, stuff like that. So we'll talk about that later.
Oh, we so will.
But yes, everything you go through, you definitely should love it or learn from it or fucking leave it. Like, if
sure.
I can't learn from a situation or I'm not loving the situation,
What is my
I got to
purpose here?
go.
Yeah,
I
it's
got
no
to
purpose
go.
in being here.
Yeah, and that's just like with people in general too.
Yeah.
You know, if I can't learn from you, if I can't, bitch, what you should have taught me? You done taught me a lot though.
Did I teach you?
But if
I
I
hope
can't
so.
learn from you and some shit, like it don't even have to be no shit that it
Nothing
has
big.
to be. Yeah,
but
like
just
nothing
something that I
rocket
can carry
science.
with me through everyday life that's beneficial.
And I could think of and be like, oh,
I remember they
I
taught
remember
me
such
that.
and such told me that.
Yes, for
You know,
sure. Those be the best.
Tiff, what else you think we can do to increase or help our mental health? Because it's a lot. It's a whole lot that's going on these days. It's a whole lot, and I think we also need to not be afraid to talk to people.
Yeah.
You know,
It's hard though, because people don't
yeah,
always have the purest intentions.
yeah. And I'm one of those people. Like, I'm a talker. You know, I like to talk to people. I like for people to talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Tell me what's on your mind. Tell me what's on your bird. Like, I will try to help you figure that shit out. You know what I'm saying? Let's give you try to give you a resolution or something. Because I'm not gonna sit here and I can't cry with you. Yeah, like, I don't want to cry with you. Yeah, like I want you to, because I want you to learn from the situation. Like, even in the worst shit that I've gone through, like, I want to be able to learn from that shit. Why you look? I ain't gonna say if there was, but yeah, I think as we move forward, and we definitely gonna have another topic or another mental health topic.
Yes.
Because I want everyone
The
to
whole
actually
gang
be here,
here.
the whole gang to be here. I also want us to have, maybe like a therapist, maybe have a
would love that.
relationship therapist. Like,
That
tell
would
me
be
what
dope.
the fuck I'm doing wrong, because this shit is this is affecting my mental health.
Love does affect mental health.
It absolutely does. I saw that.
Okay.
It absolutely does. But Tiff said redirecting intrusive thoughts.
Oh, I like that.
I don't think I have intrusive thoughts. My daughter asked me that. Brianna asked me that, and I don't.
No, I don't think I never heard you say you have intrusive thoughts either. But I think you definitely subscribe to the narrative of negative thinking.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But what are intrusive thoughts, though?
But an intrusive thought could be negative thinking though, because that's intrusive. I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah. So you do have intrusive thoughts. They
Mhm.
just on a low spectrum, on the low end of the spectrum.
Mhm.
Like low grade intrusive thoughts, nothing bad, just like.
But sometimes it can be something bad.
Well, then it's still even badder intrusive thoughts. It's still an
Oh,
intrusive thought.
okay.
It's just like sometimes you have some intrusive thoughts that's a 0. Sometimes you may have some that's like a 6.
And then sometimes I'll be thinking, like, some of this stuff that's coming out, like, was it like, is it like having like, is that really like a real thing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is that some shit that somebody just decided they wanted to? Because I ain't never heard of intrusive thoughts before this.
Before what's this?
Before like 2023.
I've heard of it before 2023.
In what year?
I think it was like I heard it from my doctor. So I think it was like 2018 was when I first heard her use it. But not in like regular people, like regular like me and you. I haven't heard regular people use it outside of 2023.
Oh, okay.
But like medical professionals, if you like, if somebody is using it, they probably didn't talk to a medical professional and been diagnosed with some shit.
Right.
Like, because intrusive thoughts, that's what the doctors say. Like, is you having intrusive thoughts?
That's deep.
And usually it means like, self-harm, things like that. But on a broader spectrum, it could be just like anything negative, and it's just on a low spectrum. Like, because anything negative,
Oh, I be having intrusive thoughts then.
Yeah, not it don't have to be just about yourself. It could be about anybody. I smack the shit out of you. That's intrusive and rude. It's intruding. It's
Yeah.
not good for my mental.
So
health.
just intruding your okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So redirective, intrusive thoughts.
Yeah. So like maybe I shouldn't do
Um,
that, even though I want to trip him. I'm not
Yeah.
today.
Doubting ourselves can be intrusive.
See,
I do a lot of that.
You
then.
definitely do.
I do.
We both have a lot of self doubt, though.
I know.
I feel like it's the abandonment.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I think, and so that's why I really think that we should have an episode where, and I'm gonna have to work with Kia. I'm gonna have to work with Kia and see when she can actually come up here. And I know that there's other like therapists and stuff like that, but I like really love her.
Okay.
You know, she helped me out so much. And even today, like if I was to message her, like, hey, I need to talk, you know, or just, you know, send her something about how I'm feeling. Like she will definitely like try to redirect me and like try to help me out or whatever. So I really want, and I would love to actually go see her, but because, you know, I know her, that would be conflict.
Yeah.
But I would really love to have someone come on and like we really like discuss.
We have to reach out to some sources and figure something out for the next episode.
Yeah, because I think that would be
nice
that would
to have
be
an
very,
expert
very
in the
nice.
topic on for sure.
Ooh.
We got to make that happen.
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
What else she say? Tiff says definitely positive thinking. Everything starts with the thought. We have to learn how to retrain our thinking.
Yes.
Absolutely correct.
Yes.
Absolutely correct. Yeah, because like you said, you have that one bad thought and then everything just spiral. Yeah, everything just
might
ends.
as well buckle me into the roller coaster of doom.
Right. and you know what, with this is so funny because I actually had I had a one-on-one with my manager, and there were some we talked about some things, and like she had noticed that I haven't been myself at work. And she was like, you know, she was like, you sound a lot better. And I was like, yeah. And then she was like, you know, I know you don't want to tell me everything because it's not my business, you know, but she was like, but sometimes, you know, it's best to tell somebody what's going on so that they can be more understanding to what the situation is. And I think that that's one of the things that we need to make sure that we don't do. Because if we are feeling some type of way or going through something and we don't communicate our feelings and what we're going through to the people that matter, you know what I'm saying? I think that can be detrimental to the relationships that we build. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be professionally, whether it be personally, in a romantic relationship, like, you know, like if you don't want to talk, say that I don't want to talk. It's not you, it's me.
It's me, or I'm
you know
in
what
the
I'm
mood.
saying? Like I'm in the mood.
Right.
Shots fired. Bing bing.
Stop being weird, nigga.
You bitch. What up?
But no, we will convene again. Yes, we will get it together
too.
But yes, we will definitely come back on this topic. I'm gonna learn how to quit saying as my filler word. But this was a really, really good topic, and I think so that too. Like I said, once we have everybody else here, we'll be able to have a full round table, and we really be able to discuss deep dive. Like, and I really I say this like almost every show, but I really want to have like a guy's perspective on shit. Like I don't care if it's like, you know, I don't care who it is, you know, because it's like
try to find somebody.
Yeah, somebody who wouldn't mind coming on the show and actually talking. Like, I don't want to talk that man versus woman type shit. Right, like, I don't want to talk that shit. If we're talking about relationships, I want to talk about how we can turn the tide. Right. Because really, like, when we think about like a lot of this shit, it's really damaging our community. Yeah. Like, and the back and forth is damaging our community. Our mental health is damaging our community. You know, so we need to find a way to turn the tide on some shit and make things a lot better
Yes.
for everybody. So with that being said, thanks everyone for tuning in. Where's Tom? Thank y'all for tuning in.
Have a good weekend.
Holla back, holla back, holla back.
Holla back, shorty. Woo.